back for another episode of The Coffee Break. I'm here with Leigh and James again, and we're going to talk about the D23 event.
I thought it was
23. Close enough.
Anyway, who cares? But obviously two things came out of that which we're interested in. Obviously Star Wars again.
Original.
Yeah, so we're going to discuss the Mandalorian trailer and the new. It wasn't really a trailer, was it? It was more of a sizzle.
Well, they say it's a special. They said it was.
It was 1 minute of nostalgia.
Yeah, they call it They call them special look, don't they? Or special look with footage or whatever. I mean, yeah, it is a trailer essentially. I think, but yes. So, what are you thinking then, Mandalorian?
I mean, from the trailer itself, it certainly looks. In terms of special effects and things like sets and environments, they've obviously spent a lot of money into it. It's almost film quality.
It is, I think. Yeah.
You could almost see it as another sort of film, really, even though it's a series on Disney Plus. But a lot of sort of action, a lot of quick cuts of things. Some very sort of high tension music, a little bit of dialogue, but not really showing much. I guess it's a teaser, so it's there to sort of tease people, but it doesn't really give too much.
There's nothing relating to the plot as such
No.
in there, is there at all? You gather certain things from it. There are certain things that are referenced with it, but they don't really give you much to sort of chew on in that respect, I suppose.
It's supposed to be set after Jedi, I think.
Apparently so, yeah.
So the Empire is still around, but obviously their grip on things is waning.
Do you think it's going to? I wonder if they're going to show any transition to First Order. I would like it to be sort of like kept away from all of that. I think, just generally that, post Return of the Jedi should be kept away from all that anyway. But no,
I don't want it to explain Snoke. No.
We'll get to all that in a bit. But
we're looking at it. It looks very much sort of grounded. It looks like a Western. Star Wars universe.
They've definitely taken the Western elements.
The dumb gunman.
And the quick draw and things like that, and he obviously looks the bounty hunter element. It's got elements of the old Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns and things like that. I thought it looked really cool. I thought, as you said, the effects look great. It's like watching the film. Certainly, I don't think anyone can really say that there's going to be a TV series which has that sort of level of effects. They've obviously spent a lot of money on it. Jon Favreau's directed, who I rate anyway with his prior works. I think it looks good. I suppose the only thing that really, and a few people I've spoken to haven't mentioned this, which I found surprising, was Mandalorian himself. And obviously there's some footage with we're assuming it's a bounty hunter droid. And I think a lot of people thought that it might have been obviously IG-88, who we saw in Empire Strikes Back, and who we know from expanded universes again is one of the main bounty hunters. And we find out that it's not IG-88, it's IG-11. I think you told me.
Yeah, it's an IG assassin droid,
which is the same as the others. But the only thing with it is, it kind of makes me want it to be Boba Fett and IG-88. It's kind of one of those things that when they said about Disney started saying about doing series, when the original ideas of a Star Wars series came out, one of the things that everyone pretty much said off the bat was, what about Boba Fett series? Because there was stuff written about it and those things. They wanted him to sort of go to be this sort of series was what people wanted back then. But is it true that they said that Disney can't use, if Disney use certain characters, they're paying royalties?
Well,
to George
it's
Lucas,
been
or is that
rumoured for quite a while now that
it would make sense given what they've used and what they haven't used.
the reason they've been pushing these new characters so much, the reason Galaxy's Edge they haven't got many of the legacy characters, and killing off the legacy characters so quickly in films and stuff like that is supposedly George Lucas still has some retaining rights, but whether that's true or not, I mean that's just a rumour.
But that could be could have been a large part of what's held Disney back then as well. If that is true, there are ways that Disney might have wanted to.
But I think personally that might just be an excuse.
Well,
if I was Disney, I wouldn't have paid all that bloody money
Yeah.
to not have complete rights over it all.
yeah, I mean, what was it,
That seems like
6.5 billion or something like that? That's a big amount of money for them to pay to use and do Star Wars, isn't it? It's I'm not sure, but you know what I mean when I'm saying that. But there's a big part of me that also thinks it's nice to have fresh characters and a fresh take, because it does look like it's a fresh take set within that universe. I like the Western feel of it. I love the Western films.
Well, as long as they keep it separated and they don't include anything from the films, character-wise and sort of stuff. Maybe there will be references to certain things.
And cameo, maybe the odd cameo.
Well, I wouldn't even want cameos.
no, that's what cheapened Rogue One.
No, I think it should be.
Yes, but you can't also expect.
It's a big galaxy out there.
It depends on how much this comes down to the plot, though, doesn't it? And how much the plot actually moves on. How connected the plot is to the original series. Well, to the series, should we say, the 9 episodes, and how tied in it is. If it's you can't have, like I said, if they just have a completely, essentially a subplot, a completely separate story going on, like I said, this big galaxy, I think it'll work. I think if they do any more, I think again it'll be a mess. I still wouldn't say I'm excited about it like I should be, like, I used to be about when anything Star Wars used to come out and I was like, yay! Do you know what I mean? Proper fanboy mark now. But I'd say I'm looking forward. I'm definitely going to give it a watch. I am looking forward to seeing it. So.
Well, it was a good trailer anyway. But we'll see.
As a comparative to perhaps other trailer or footage that we're going to discuss.
Well, not really a trailer, really. More of a sort of 1 minute of nostalgia bait.
1 minute of this is
Nostalgia
why.
bait.
1 minute of this is why we should care.
Yeah.
Is what it was. It was 1 minute of why we should care and all the things that were magical about the original films. And yeah, the footage that we got was, yeah, I'm not really sold on it myself.
I think we should break down each
You go for it. Yeah, I'm feeling you're going to say that.
Well, there's several rumours that have come out about several plot points in the film, and before this, a little bit of a teaser came out, and from what we've seen, they seem to be true. There was one piece of information that came out that C-3PO was going to have something downloaded into him that would turn him into like a battle droid or something. And there's a clip in the trailer where he's got red Terminator eyes.
Because they would put that in the programming, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So if you were going to change a droid into like an evil droid, and you put the programming in, one of the main things you would put in there would be
turn his eyes red.
Menacing. But unfortunately, it doesn't look menacing. It looks like C-3PO has a red tint in his eyes.
I think he was wondering about the red eyes.
Necessary.
Maybe after D23 shot something into his eyes.
Yeah,
Big man.
But yeah, like you said, the rumours were abound. We all thought maybe not, and it turns out it looks like at least that one is. There was also the stuff. Was it in the original trailer, or was it a figure that was released that showed C-3PO with the bowcaster?
The first poster that they brought out, C-3PO with the
That was it.
bowcaster.
Do you think C-3PO's like the grand master behind all of it? Do you think that's where they're going?
He's going to be possessed by Palpatine.
Hey, it could be. It could be. He has been
right before.
He's been in everything. He's been in all.
He's been in all
the cartoons. He was in all the films. He was.
But maybe Anakin didn't build him. Maybe Anakin found him in the desert.
Rise.
Oh no!
Wouldn't that be like the ultimate twist?
Everyone's still waiting for Jar Jar the Sith. I think that's what it is. I think Jar Jar's the one waiting in the wings. He did create the Empire after all. So.
The Star Destroyers.
Yeah, there was.
Hope Star Destroyers.
There was another rumor that was abound about this, that Palpatine has been creating or keeping by an army of super weapons, has been, keeping it hidden.
They look deactivated.
They look like
sort of mothballed, sort of in storage, sort of just.
And they look like that they are in some sort of cloud or
hibernation mode,
storm or something like that that would hide them from any sort of scanners. I mean, a lot of people got quite. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people got quite excited about that shot. I was. People were saying, "Oh wow," I saw some of the reaction videos, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, that's great." And obviously, you had the. I was going to call Rebel Alliance the Resistance, wasn't it, coming out through the with their 10 ships or whatever it was.
Y-wings.
Yes, the Y-wings back. It's like you just. Yeah, I really don't know. It looks like they are. Put that with the first trailer, it does look like they are grasping the straws. Yeah, it's
It's a trap.
Yes, it's a trap indeed.
Oh, he's dead.
I know, we know. Don't bring it back. There was the and then there's our girl Leigh. Leigh training. Looks like in the forest, throwing the lightsaber.
Yeah, the remote. Did you notice she was throwing the lightsaber?
Yes.
The remote.
Yeah. That's it. So, and she brought it back with that grip. So it does look like she's actually going to train this time instead of being naturally good at everything.
Song like Princess Esme.
Let's get down to business.
Or when Captain Ray throws her mighty lightsaber. No, it's
But going back to Ray.
Who?
Ray.
There you go. I made him say it.
Yeah, we got that shot at the end of. Teaser that.
Yeah, I mean, well, before we get to that, I just want to say that the one shot that I really liked, that I thought it looked good at least, was the shot of her fighting Kylo on what was the remains of the Death Star. I thought it looked good,
but the Death Star blew up. 2 million pieces.
Well, we don't know. Maybe Palpatine's hidden a Death Star.
It looks like wreckage. I mean,
It does.
If you look to the left of the screen, you've got the trench, one of the trench turrets, or the guns are like.
It certainly doesn't seem to make any sense unless it's like another Death Star they were building and something went wrong or something like that. If it is the Death Star from either New Hope or Jedi, it doesn't make sense.
There's a Death Star-esque laser in the train.
It did look like it, didn't it? I was thinking that. It was
another Star Killer.
Another super weapon. Again, another thing that was rumoured is the Emperor has a new super weapon.
Oh, no,
Wow, new. Yeah, I did like the shot of them fighting. It's it did look pretty epic, but it doesn't. When I say it looked epic, I mean in the grand scheme of everything, it still wasn't getting me interested really. Going back to that last shot of Dark Ray, it's got to be a Force vision, hasn't it?
Well, I don't think they've got balls enough to actually.
Well, the big problem with this is, and we'll get to how dissecting how she looks and the lightsaber afterwards. But I think the thing with this is, if it is a Force vision or if it is a anything really other than her actually turning dark side, it's a completely wasted shot. People are going to be annoyed, are going to be angry at the fact of, you know, oh no, she's not dark. Because it's been rumoured for a long time, even before Last Jedi came out, that Kylo Ren and Rey were going to switch roles. Kylo was going to turn back and Rey was going to go to the dark side.
I think that was just someone's hopeful fanfare.
It was, but a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people said about that, and it probably got started like that, like all these things do. But one of the rumours is Kylo having some type of redemption. Wasn't it that
well, if the rumours are true, the script rumours are true, and we'll see when this film comes out, because all the rumours regarding what's going to happen have come to pass in the trailer. Some of them will be Rey with the red Sith lightsaber and C3 with the guys. But there is a rumour that Palpatine's ghost is going to possess Kylo.
Well, it was the last thing I read was it was going to possess one of the Knights of Ren,
Which is going to be Matt Smith's character.
Yeah, because obviously they would have him there.
Who was also possessed in Terminator Genesis.
That's correct. Yes. So he seems to be
a fan of possession.
Yeah, he. So that was the idea, and there was this idea that they were racing to find this whatever which contains the spirit of Palpatine, which says it all. You know, it's like oh man, you're thinking you're going Indiana Jones with it as well. But they're going to.
But he's going to sacrifice himself.
He's going to get obsessed.
Then kill the spirit.
He'll take Matt Smith out. Matt Smith
possesses.
Palpatine possesses Kylo, and then he is either going to take himself out or get ready to take him out or whatever. And then there's weirdness about some sort of a resurrection of him by Force ghosts and all sorts of madness. You don't want to speculate too much on that.
And supposedly Darth Vader's coming back.
With the breathing in the trailer at the end as well.
Well, that's going to be a vision or...
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
No, I mean, go back to that last shot, the lightsaber as well. Everyone's talking about the lightsaber. It's meant to be really quite cool that people are saying that she's got this lightsaber that, it looks like a single blade, but even though there's two there, and then it folds out into a double-bladed lightsaber. None of which really makes any sense at all, because, you know, when we had Darth Maul, obviously he was trained with that weapon as well.
Yeah, but how would you grasp it and use it normally as two blades together? I mean,
Darth Maul.
What would be the advantage of having it?
Maul's lightsaber never folded, did it? I know that you had.
His split, and he could use it into two lightsabers. I
know there were some really weird ones in the expanded universe. They had like a lightsaber that was a whip, and they had like buttons and all sorts of strange stuff. So obviously you know. I mean, Kylo's lightsaber is quite unusual, but you can actually see, at least in the fight scene in Last Jedi where he's fighting against the Snoke's guards, he was actually using it, blocking, actually using the cross to actually block and move and fight. As you say, it just looked odd. It just looked odd. The last thing is like...
Well, it's just the whole visual of her, just the way she looks.
She looks very menacing and C-3PO with her eyes.
Just the blank stare, the blank stare on her face. And
I think that way it does look like it's going to be a vision, and that she's got to fight herself, isn't it? It looks like it's a CGI version of her over the top of a stunt woman, where they might have to fight in some sort of cave vision.
The other thing I thought, watching it for the second time, when we will discuss it, watching it the second time, is it almost looks like a mirror image as well. The way the shot's actually done, it almost looks like she could be looking into something. reflective. It's very odd. But again, that still doesn't explain why they would choose to have her with that lightsaber. And that again, it's going to irritate people who were excited by that, because again, watching a couple of the reactions, people were quite buzzed up like by that scene. Again, it's just going to irritate people. It's just going to annoy people because it's going to be.
Well, you just know it's fake, don't you?
Anyway,
Same like when they put in.
I think we might have to wrap up because.
Really? Just go into it.
Well, I was an idiot.
Well, we know that.
I only got my one card in, so I've only got 25 minutes on it.
We haven't been 25 minutes, have we?
Well, I think we
18
started it. I think we might have a couple more minutes to go.
Just one thing quickly. I just
Well,
wanted
on about minutes though, either way, this film's going to have to be long, surely. Because you're going to have to like build up a new lore and everything to almost ignore the last film and then sort of have a middle film at the beginning of this to then resolve it. So you're almost going to have to set up all this stuff.
They haven't announced a runtime yet, have they?
It's going to have to be like 2.5 hours, surely.
Plus, yeah. I mean, it's going to be like
And build up all this crap that they're going to have to resolve because there's nothing been built up so far.
So are you excited for it, guys? That's the thing. Ultimately, I think we should. Are you excited by any of it? Your reaction says it all, really.
Well, it might be a good laugh.
You're gonna. Let's not joke. We're gonna watch it. We're like comic book guy. I will only watch it 3 more times today. We're gonna watch it. Aren't we? It's no business. I told you not to do the voice. It makes me really uneasy when you do the voice. Dear.
But it's going to end one way or another.
Saga comes to an end. Again, this is that episode 3.
Until
People
they
still buy the toys.
I don't know. Toys are not doing well at the moment. They dropped the price in different places. Anyway, like I said, that could be one. Merchandise could be one for another day, but yeah.
quick thoughts.
That was quick.
About the trailer, watch the film.
I just don't understand why they just didn't do a trailer with this close to the film now. And they were on about obviously they wanted to call attention to Mandalorian. But it's just this thing's going to be out soon. Should you have a trailer out now?
I think that's one thing to
Bit
say.
worrying,
They're trying to edit the unused footage of.
They CGI'd it into a font.
It's completely overshadowed Mandalorian. I think the trailer. I saw the Mandalorian and I thought, yeah, here we go. Here's something we can watch, and it could be separate, it could be different, it could be like old school Star Wars. And then they, for some mental reason, released D23 footage of episode 9, and I thought, well, that's just overshadowed Mandalorian completely because no one's talking about that now. They're all talking about folded lightsabers and
We've only got a few minutes left, if that. So
It's definitely an afterthought, isn't it?
yeah, we better wrap it up.
Okay.
We might discuss it more next week when I remember to bring the rest of my equipment.
We can't discuss the poster as well.
The poster.
The poster with the Hot Toys action
yeah,
face
yeah.
as well.
Oh, and Obi-Wan as well.
Yes, that's another one as well. So
But we'll call it a day now. Goodbye.
we have to.
Yeah.
There's a sign off. See that?
Say goodbye, James.